I can't remember the specific reason that prompted me to travel by train, but the trip happened nonetheless. I went on this business trip alone, finding solace in a brief respite from my family. There are times when one wants to get away from family problems, remembering the carefree days of youth. As usual, I settled into my compartment and introduced myself to my traveling companions. It was a young married couple, accompanied by a friend. In spite of my best efforts, I could not remember them well. Their lack of interest overrode the impression they made, although they were quite decent people. However, their friend, who sat a little apart from them, involuntarily aroused my curiosity. There was something to be interested in. If I remember the reason for the trip vaguely, and to be honest, I don't remember it at all. I remembered this woman about 30 years old once and for all. Slightly wavy blonde hair, big green eyes the color of freshly cut grass, and that very figure, which is also called an hourglass. Her figure was covered by a summer dress with a short skirt, revealing a view of smooth knees and wide hips. For the first hour of our conversations, I looked at her every now and then. And Dorothy, that was her name, having her image etched in my memory, as well as the image, unlike all the other details, looked back at me. Mutual glances only fueled our interest in each other. We could no longer sit still. She stroked her knees, involuntarily mashing her dress higher than before, which only made me hotter. I thought of calling her somewhere private and chatting, so to speak, in private, but I didn't have to. The couple either noticed the glances or really needed something out of the compartment, but they left, leaving Dorothy and me alone. We were quiet for a couple minutes, and then I offered her a taste of my homemade wine, which I'd brought with me. Dorothy was reluctant at first, but after about 5 minutes of persuasion, she gave in and tasted the wine. To my surprise, Dorothy could not drink at all. From a couple of glasses, her eyes shone with a mischievous sparkle, and her quiet smile turned into a liberated laughter. She listened attentively to my stories and laughed as no one had ever laughed at them before. But I didn't mind. I was very much in favor of it. While she was laughing, I sat closer and closer to her until I put my arm around her shoulders. She didn't mind and turned to me, looking into my eyes. Her cheeks were flushed from the drink, and her lips were open invitingly, and I did not resist my desire. My hand rested on her willing lap, and to our delight, the traveling companions were gone long enough for us to get cleaned up, though Dorothy's glittering eyes must have guessed everything, and they smiled the rest of the way.